and welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther, and in this video I am going to be giving my office a makeover. I'm starting with filling the holes in my wall, and then I am going to be painting my office actually the same color. That's my accent wall, which is kind of like this deep dark forest green color. The only difference is my accent wall is in flat paint, and this time I went with eggshell. And so if you watched any of my other videos, you will know that this year we also painted our primary bedroom, and that took me about 3 months to finish because life just kept happening and I had so many interruptions. And so I told my husband that on this day, come hell or high water, I was gonna finish painting this office in one day. And so I did. It ended up taking me about 4 hours, and I was exhausted by the time I was done. And I will let you know, it's not the most amazing paint job. It came out a little bit streaky, but I also am going to be doing a gallery wall in here. And I will say that I love the way that my office turned out. Also, if you're going to be painting anytime soon, I highly recommend one of these paint lids. I will say, like, I struggled pretty hard to stretch this thing all around the paint can and like get it on, but once I finally got it on, it was so nice because it helps you not to have like paint dripping down the side of the can. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it brings you some inspiration for your own home.
'Cause you know the world is beautiful, so beautiful. 'Cause you know the world is beautiful, so beautiful. And I just can't hide how I feel about you. Nothing can take that away. 'Cause you make the world so beautiful, so beautiful.
Painting is like holding a plank. 1 minute feels like a lifetime. I just realized I've only been painting for 15 minutes. That, just the border, feels like it took me an hour.
'Cause you know the world is beautiful, so beautiful. And I just can't hide how I feel about you. Nothing can take that away. 'Cause you make the world so beautiful, so beautiful. Beautiful.
to be honest, I do not really enjoy painting. I love the end result of painting, but I feel like I dread it almost the entire time I am actually painting, especially this part here where you're cutting in. I feel like it was really hard on my neck, and I know you can't tell from this video because I have it sped up a lot, but like I was going very, very slow, so it just seemed like it was dragging on and taking forever. This is, the type of day where I really wish I had a friend to paint with me, because I feel like it would be a lot more fun with a friend. But anyways, RJ was at school and Ruben was at work, and like I said, I was determined to finish this in one day and just press through and get it done. But you'll have to let me know, do you enjoy painting, or do you also not like painting? Again, I love the end result of painting, but I don't think I'm the greatest at it, because I do feel like I get a little impatient and kind of rush a little bit, but I still think that this room turned out pretty good. Now I am just emptying my fish tank so that I can easily slide this cabinet back into the place where I want it. And then I'm going to start removing some of the painter's tape that I used around the trim and also the door. You'll have to let me know, do any of you have a fish tank? And if so, is it saltwater or is it freshwater? I would absolutely love to have a saltwater tank, but those just seem way too advanced and a little bit scary. I honestly feel like I'm just winning for the fact that I have been able to keep my live plants alive. When we first moved to Ohio, every time I'd get a live plant, it would die right away. And that's because I didn't realize that the water in Ohio has high pH. So I ended up buying some pH down for my tank. And now every time I change the water, I have to add a little bit of that. And I try and keep it right around a 7. And it seems like, most of the community fish I have, they like it right at that pH. And then the plants just really like it. This water will clear up. It's always a little bit kind of foggy like that when I first clean it, but the filter will take care of that and everything will start to settle and it'll look a little bit better. But I have a beta, and then I have a couple of different type of tetra in my tank, and then also a plecostomus. And I just think my fish tank is so peaceful and calming to look at, especially when I'm feeling really stressed out. So
I know it's stupid, but give me a moment. Chasing all the starlight, chasing what feels right. So baby, hold on tight. We're living for the highlights, like it's our life.
So these cork boards gave me a little bit of trouble because I wanted to move them closer together, but then when I took the nails out and put them in, I ended up hanging it crooked. And so I was getting so frustrated because I just wanted them to be level with each other, especially since I was hanging them so closely. And so I did end up putting a couple of holes in the wall, which you obviously can't see, but once I got it figured out, I was excited. And then I almost got rid of this canvas, but I don't know, something about it I just could not. If you guys, have watched my other videos, you know that I'm a part-time dispatcher for a private security company, and so we use the phonetic alphabet all the time at work. And when I first got hired, I bought this canvas because I didn't know like the military phonetic alphabet, and that is what we use. And so that just was like a nice reminder to help me with that, and so I couldn't let that one go. But right here, I just kind of was doing like a rough layout of what I wanted my gallery wall to look like, and I really had to let go of the critical mindset and really try and get into that creative state and just allow myself to start hanging things up and not be so like critical of myself and judgmental, because sometimes I struggle with perfectionism, and I really want to get out of that because it can hold you back from just moving forward, period, right? And so anyways, once I kind of gave myself a little pep talk, I just started hanging things and then stepping back and looking to see how I liked it. I actually picked up these, I think they're candle holders technically, from Goodwill for like $3 a piece. And something about them just speak to me. They almost are kind of like bohemian maybe. And then this painting is actually a paint by numbers that I started with my girlfriends last September, but I never finished it, but I'm still going to hang it up even though it's not finished, and I'll take it down when I end up finishing it. And then I got some shelves from Hobby Lobby. They were, I think, like $8 a piece for these two little shelves. And yeah, I just started kind of like throwing things up on the wall and then stepping back and thinking about like where I wanted the next thing to go and just slowly piecing it together. And this ended up being a lot of fun, and I'm happy with it, how it turned out. I still might add a couple more pieces of art eventually to the wall because like I didn't add as much as I thought I was going to, but for right now, I like what I put up. Believe it or not, those two small frames that I'm hanging now actually came from the dollar store. So I was pleasantly surprised. And then I had this idea to hang my salt lamp up on the sconce. I do want to end up getting a rechargeable light so that the cord's not hanging down. I don't really like the look of the cord, but I do like the salt light or salt lamp up there. And then also this shelf, when I hung it, it was just ever so slightly not perfectly level. And so I was a little bit frustrated about that, but decided not to put another hole in the wall because it wasn't off terribly bad. Like it's straight for the most part.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling, go ahead and shine. 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws.
I tried using my vision board to hide part of the cord from this lamp, but then as you can see, that did not last very long. So I was trying to think like, what lamp can I use for this area? Probably from all of the outfit changes, you could tell that once I finished painting my room, this actually took me multiple days to kind of slowly hang everything back up. So I am transitioning to the very last day of decorating, and this is the little cordless lamp that I actually don't remember where I got it from, but I think for now it works pretty well in this space. And I'm just gonna finish out this video by tidying up just a little bit and doing some last minute decorating. I also did not show you guys my shelf. I did end up like getting rid of some books from that shelf, and then I organized them just a little bit, but didn't do anything too fancy. I didn't end up recording that for you guys, but I will show you in just a sec.
Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And 'cause if you might mess it up, you're stronger than the others think. And 'cause if you might mess it up.
I got these book storage containers from At Home, and I thought that they were a really great price. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is I don't think I shared this yet, but my office chair broke. So I'm currently using my husband's right now, and he wants his chair back. And so I've been shopping and looking, and I just feel so indecisive. My chair broke a couple of weeks ago. I was working and I went to lean back in it slightly, and it completely fell backwards. And so you couldn't sit in it without it falling backwards. And I was okay. Thankfully, the wall like halfway caught me. But then within that same week, my walking pad died, and I was so sad. I love that walking pad. They don't make the same exact one anymore, and I did not buy warranty on it. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter since they don't make the same one anyways, but I did just order a walking pad. It was like $120. I got the warranty for it. So I'll share that with you guys when I do actually get it in. I hope it's good. I know that the pad part is shorter than what my last walking, or the belt part is shorter than what my last walking pad was. So I hope that I like it and that it's like a good length for my stride. I feel like I have pretty long legs, but we will see. And I'm still on the hunt for a good office chair. I found one, but it's like $300, which is not too bad. I know some of the chairs can get really expensive, and you know, if you're sitting a lot, you want something that's really comfortable. But I'm just feeling a little indecisive, so still on the hunt for that.
Go ahead and shine, darling, go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up, just shine, shine, darling, go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up, just shine. You're stronger than the others think, and who cares if you might mess it up? Shine, go ahead and shine, darling, go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
Well, guys, you'll have to let me know what you think of this makeover. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to see more like this from me in the future, then hit that subscribe button. By the way, my basement flooded, so cleaning up my basement will be my next video upload. That was fun. We also found out we don't have flood insurance. Yay. Thank the Lord that our basement is not finished and it's all concrete, so everything is fine. But I figured let's make some lemonade out of these lemons and just make a video. So thank you again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.